लास्ट चॅप्टरचा कोणता पॉईंट झाला होता आपला? चॅप्टर नंबर फर्स्ट. येतोय का आत्ता? का अजून कट होतोय? हॅलो हॅलो. आता येतोय ना क्लिअर? हा, ठीक आहे. So in last lecture we have seen that just introduction part of the first chapter, that is the introduction of the CAD/CAM CE. So we will just take the review. We have seen that the long form of the CAD/CAM CE, then syllabus of this CAD/CAM CE chapter, then first chapter, then syllabus for the first chapter. Next, what is the meaning of the CAD/CAM CE? We are using various highly configuration computers for the performing the certain operation for the designing and manufacturing purpose. Next, we have seen that I request to all students, please mute your audio. We have seen that the definition of the CAD, CAM, CAE. Then we have seen that the product design concept, how we are going to design a product before going to manufacturing. Next, we have seen that the product cycle for making the desired product. Then we have seen product cycle with CAD/CAM CAE. We are applying some CAD/CAM CAE techniques for the developing the a good product. Then next, we have seen that the some advantages about the CAD/CAM CAE. Then disadvantages. Then we have seen the some example of the some companies which are providing for the different software for the different purposes. And then functions of the graphic software, very important part of the our CAD/CAM C part, that is graphic software, and what are the functions they are performing in the time of the designing any products. So that are we have discussed. Then what are the hardwares in CAD/CAM C system? In that very essential part, that is a designs workstation. Then function for that graphics workstation. Then we have seen that the components of the graphics workstation. Then one of the example of the image generation in the computer graphics, uh, CRT. Then for that CRT there are two methods writing for the image generation techniques, one of the stroke and raster scan. Then types of the graphics terminals, and difference between these three. Okay. And at the last we have seen that the types of the input devices, and very last point, that is the output devices of the CAD/CAM C system and software configuration. So in today's lecture we will see history of the. हा, yes sir. स्क्रीन दिसत नाहीये? मग काय दिसतंय तुम्हाला आता? हा, स्क्रीन प्रेझेंट केली मी. दिसते का तुम्हाला स्क्रीन? अभिजित, अभिनय, स्क्रीन. वेट. आता दिसते? हा, दिसते ना? एक मिनिट. आता दिसते का? एकच मिनिट. आता दिसते स्क्रीन? आता सांगा. पीपीटी दिसते का आता? दिसते ना? हॅलो अनिकेत. हा, ठीक आहे. सो विल सी हिस्ट्री ऑफ द CAD/CAM CE system. So in the starting phases, that is 1950 to 1960, this is the starting phase of the CAD/CAM system in MIT, that is a Massachusetts Institute of the Technology, produce a simple picture by interfacing CRT, that is your cathode ray tube, and Wilbent computers. Okay, this is the first stage of the computer system in 1950 to 1960. After that, MIT Servo Mechanism Lab developed for a concept of the numerical control machine on three-axis milling machine. Okay, first NC machine was developed in MIT for servo mechanism. A light pen was developed by SAG, that is a semi-automatic ground environment. Then APT, that is a automation programming tool, for we are using the different toolbars for the manual part programming, was developed. After that, in 1960 to 70, a computer started to come in research laboratories. In mid of the 1960, CAD started coming up. Direct view storage tube are available. After that, the word design was extended beyond the drafting. Starting initial stage, we are doing only drafting with the help of the drawing, like a drawing book, pencil. Okay. After that, they are developing CAD system. After that, they are developing the drafting software. After that, in 1970 to 80, the term like golden era coming for the computer drafting. We are using various software for the drafting purposes. After that, in 1979, IGES commit was established. IGES is one of the format of the any file. That file we are going to transfer in one software to another software. Then potential of the computer graphics was understood. The National Computer Graphics Association was started. One association is started regarding this computer system. Then 1980 to 1990, one major research of the CAD/CAM CAE going on. Then integration of the CAD/CAM is started. How we are going to integrate all these CAD tools with CAM tools. Then synthetic curves and surface were developed. Then application expanded for different kind of analysis. New hardware and software with much improved features started in various tools, softwares. In 1990 to 2000, reverse engineering capability enhanced. Then cost of the hardware and software came down. Initially, cost of the software is very high. Afterwards, that cost of hardware and software will be lower. Communication medium and networking improved a lot. Concept of virtual factory started. Then after 2000 onwards, one term is like rapid prototyping and 3D printing started. Once we have provided that design in that system, they will automatically manufacturing as per the given dimension by using this rapid prototyping and 3D printing. Then cost of the high performance computers reduced drastically. Then wireless transmission system was developed. So this is the just a history of the CAD/CAM CE. So we will see the last point of this chapter, that is the selection selection of CAD/CAM CE software. So before going to select any CAE software, so we have to do some things. Selection of the right CAD/CAM CE system is a critical process. So a careful study and evaluation should be done before finalizing the correct software. Some of the major steps and procedure in the selection of the CAD/CAM CE as follows. So before going to select any CAD/CAM CE software for any operation, we have to do some steps. We have to do some process. In that there are five process. In that first process, that is the evaluation. Second, committee guidelines. Third, technical evaluation and expert opinion, user feedback, and last, creation of checklist. So in that first evaluation committee, and committee consists of a representative from concerned department can be set up. So there are different department like design department, manufacturing department, machining department, metallurgy department, quality department, inspection control, manufacturing department, sales and purchase department. Like this, there are different departments, and from that department one representative is there, and they are discussing about this evaluation. Okay, so these are the first committee. Second, committee guidelines. In committee guidelines, committee should set up guidelines for selection of the CAD/CAM software. That committee should make one guidelines for select the best CAD/CAM CE software. Then the committee should consider the present and future needs of their requirements. So at the time of the making guidelines, they should uh, consider the future and present need of the requirements, and then they will make the guidelines. The next, technical evaluation and expert opinion. So in that, the committee should carry out technical clarification and discussion with the expert and representative. So that committee, main committee of this selection of CAD/CAM CE software, that committee should carry out some discussion regarding the technical clarification, means some technical issue is there in that software. So that clarification and discussion with that software expert person, anyone from within company or outside of the company, that clarification should be done with experts and representative. Next, user feedback. The committee should visit and take the feedback from other users of the same software, means those who are using the same software outside of the company or your friends. So we have to take the feedback from that users, and then we are going to check the criteria for the same software. Last, creation of the checklists. So in that checklist for CAD/CAM CA software should be prepared. So before going to select the any software, so we have to make one some checklist. I mean, we have to create one some point regarding that software, and we have to ensure that these all points are correct for this software. Like this, for example, mechanical 2D design and drafting, point function, line function, arc function, dimension. Like that, we can make the different parameters for that software, and likewise we have to check all these parameters. So for that purpose, we have to create some checklist. So this is the our last point, that is the selection of the CAD/CAM CE software. So how to select the correct CAD/CAM CE software for any machining operation or any process. So we have to do these 5 steps. First, evaluation committee we have to make, then committee guidelines for that particular software. Then we have to take some this we have to take some discussion regarding the that software user with experts and your representative. Then user feedback, we have to take the some feedback of those who are already uses this software, and then we have to create the checklist. So we'll move towards this is the last point, that is objective questions. I request to all students, unmute your audio. I will ask one by one question. You just try to give answer. I request to all students, unmute your audio. First question, which one of the following is the input devices? Option first, CPU, drum plotter, joystick, and monitor. Which one is correct? Hello. Anyone can give answer. Which one of the following is input devices? CPU, drum plotter. Ha, joystick is a correct answer. Second, the coating on the glass screen of the display monitors glows when cathode ray falls on it. The material used for the coating is phosphorus, paint, enamel, iridium. Which one is correct? For glass CRT tube, we are using which material? Phosphorus. So answer is first phosphorus. Which one of the following is the input devices? Digitizer, printer, UPS, and none of these. So digitizer is correct answer. Next, in computer graphics, which one of the following represents the image generation technique? CRT, stroke writing, monitor, none of this. Huh. Which one is correct? CRT or stroke writing? CRT is a technique, but stroke writing is a method. Okay. So answer is CRT. Which one of the following is output devices? Scanner, keyboard, drum plotter, and none of this. Scanner is input devices. Keyboard is also input devices. So answer is drum plotter. Okay. Next, in NC system developments, MIT stands for first Michigan Institute of Technology, second Massachusetts Institute of Technology. B option. Okay, B is correct. Next, in CAD computers are basically needed for modification of design, optimization of design, creation of design, and all of this. Which one is correct? Last option, that is all of this. Tablet pen is a which device? Display device, output device, input device, and all of this. Tablet pen is input device. So we'll see some more MCQs. Hash, Aniket, screen दिसते का? हाँ. First question, that is which of the following is not part of the CAD hardware? Graphical display terminal, keyboards, computer program, or peripheral equipment? Which is the not a part of the CAD hardware? हाँ एव्हरीवन. आज संध्याकाळी मी ह्या चॅप्टरवरची क्विज रिलीज करतोय. सो तुम्हाला क्विज सोपी जावी म्हणून मी तुम्हाला क्वेश्चन दाखवतोय. संध्याकाळी तुम्हाला मी ग्रुपवरती ह्याची क्विजची लिंक सेंड करतोय. ठीक आहे. So first answer is computer program is not a CAD hardware part. Second, which one of the following represent output device in CAD? Table, tablet pen, scanner, computer unit, and none of this. Output device is computer unit. In CAD, computers are basically needed for all of this. Tablet pen is input device. Graphics software should be complete, robust, economic, and all of this. Answer is all of this. Which one of the following is output devices? Scanner, keyboard, drum plotter, none of this. Answer is drum plotter. A digitizer is input device, output device, display device. So answer is input device. In CAD, in CAD, which one of the following represents output device? Scanner, light pen, digitizer, COM. So answer is COM is output device. Which one of the following is input device? CPO, drum plotter, joystick, monitor, joyster. The coating of the glass screen of display monitor glows when cathode ray falls on it. The material used for phosphorus. Which one of the following is input devices? Digitizer, printer, UPS. Answer is digitizer. Which one of the following is output device? Scanner, keyboard, drum plotter, drum plotter. Okay. So Delmia software is used for CAD, CAM, CAE, CAP. So Delmia software is used for CAM, which is not input device in CAD CAM system, scanner, joystick, digitizer, CRT. CRT. Printer comes under input, output, storage, and both. Output. Commercial CAD software package available for kinematic analysis and virtual prototyping. CATIA, Hypermesh, Adams, Mastercam. So answer is CATIA V5. Integration of all business function of enterprises is SIM, CAD/CAM, CAE, none of this. So answer is SIM, Computer Integrated Manufacturing. And ANSYS is which software? CAD, CAM, CAE, and none of this. So ANSYS is CAE software. Okay. So these are the some example of the multiple objective questions. So we'll see. So our chapter number first is over. So let us take just a revision of the first chapter. We'll see. So this is the chapter number first. Aniket, hello. ऐकायला येते ना? ठीक आहे. So we will take the revision in within 5 minutes. So this is the chapter number first syllabus. We have covered product cycle, CAD/CAM CAE, advantages, disadvantages, what are the hardwares used in CAD/CAM CAE, list of the input-output devices, functions of graphic software, and selection of the CAD/CAM CAE software. Okay. So we have seen that definition of the CAD/CAM, then product cycle design concept, product cycle with CAD/CAM CAE, advantages, disadvantages, some company names which are providing some different software for different purposes in CAD/CAM CAE. Then next, functions of graphic software, hardware, graphics workstation, then image generation techniques, that is CRT, then types of input devices and output devices, software configuration, history of the CAD/CAM CAE, and selection of the CAD/CAM CAE software. So, uh, shall we start the chapter number second? Hello, hello. चॅप्टर नंबर दुसरा चालू करायचा का? ठीक आहे. So just today we'll give the some introduction part of the chapter number second. So our chapter number second is computer graphics and geometrical modeling. So in that chapter we will see first part, that is a geometric transformation, homogeneous coordinates, windowing and viewing transformations, coordinate transformation, standardization in graphic software, CAD/CAM data exchange. This is the one part, that is the geometric transformation, and second part, that is the geometric modeling, introduction of the geometric modeling and its types, then wireframe modeling, then its representation, real object wireframe models, surface modeling, parametric representation of Hermantide, Bezier, B-spline, NURBS, and kind of surfaces, solid and modeling, then its representation scheme for solid modeling, and then application for the solid modeling. So we'll start from the first part, that is a geometric transformation. So first, basic question, what is mean by transformation? So in that transformation we are going to transfer one object from one place to another place by using different geometric method. So before going to start geometric transformation, we will see types of transformation. First, geometric transformation, in that we are going to moving object relative to the stationary coordinate system. Example, to animate flying of aeroplane, here aeroplane is object moving and sky is coordinate system. Okay, so आपण काय करतोय, एक ऑब्जेक्ट एका प्लेस पासून दुसऱ्या प्लेस पर्यंत मूव्ह करतोय विथ रिलेटिव्ह एका कोऑर्डिनेट सिस्टमशी. आता आपण एक्झाम्पल घेतलंय की आपण एक उडणारं विमान घेतोय, ॲनिमेशन घेतोय. तर विमान हे एक ऑब्जेक्ट आहे, तो मूव्हिंग आहे, आणि आकाश हे एक तुमचं कोऑर्डिनेट सिस्टम आहे, ते स्टडी आहे असं आपण धरून चालतोय. ठीक आहे, ह्याला काय म्हणायचं, जिओमेट्रिक ट्रान्सफॉर्मेशन. सेकंड, कोऑर्डिनेट ट्रान्सफॉर्मेशन, इन दॅट मूव्हिंग कोऑर्डिनेट सिस्टम बाय होल्डिंग द ऑब्जेक्ट स्टेशनरी. ठीक आहे, इथं आपण काय करतोय, आपला ऑब्जेक्ट स्टेशनरी ठेवतोय. एक्झाम्पल, टू ॲनिमेट फ्लाइंग एरोप्लेन, here aeroplane is fixed and sky is moving. Okay, so these are the main two types of the transformation, one of this geometric transformation and coordinate transformation. So we'll start from the first, that is a geometric transformation. So what is mean by geometric transformation? So the modification in database with the help of the mathematical operation is called as geometric transformation. So for example, translation, rotation, scaling, reflection or mirror and shear. So we are going to using this different transformation type, and we are going to modify the database in first original body. So suppose I will take uh, one example, that is the first example, translation transformation. So in that, now you can see, uh, when every entity of geometry model remains parallel to its geometry position, and the transformation is called as a translation. Suppose I want to translate one line. So this is, you can take the example, this is the p dash. P dash is a point is equal to P plus T. T is translation matrix which is having Tx and Ty coordinate, and P is having coordinate X and Y. So I want to translate original P point to new P dash point with parallel distance. Okay, so we are moving that point P with parallel distance at P dash. So that is called as translation. A translating model tells that every point on it is moved by equal given distance. The translation matrix is denoted by capital T is equal to Tx and Ty. So I want to move that P point. Suppose I will take example, point P is having 2 comma 3 point. Okay, and I want to translate that point to P dash point. Okay, so what are the translation matrix? Suppose I will take example of the translation matrix which is having capital T is equal to 1 comma 1. Okay, initially our point P is having 2 comma 3. So I want to translate that P point to P dash. So our new P dash point will be 3 comma 4. Okay, because our translation matrix having coordinate 1 comma 1. Only we are going to addition of that point. Okay, so we have to add that translation matrix coordinate into original point P, because first original P point having 2 comma 3 coordinate, then I want to translate that point to P dash point which is having 1 comma 1 translation matrix. So we will get new P dash point is equal to 3 comma 4. So how to represent that translation? So we will see one simple example regarding the translation transformation. So first example, that is a translate triangle ABC to triangle A dash B dash C dash to right side by 4 units and to top by 2 units. Here point A is having 1 comma 1, point B having 3 comma 3, and point C having 4 comma 1 coordinate. अनिकेत ऐकू येते? हा. तर आता आपल्याला काय करायचं, पहिल्यांदा जिओमेट्रिक ट्रान्सफॉर्मेशन मध्ये सुरुवातीला ट्रान्सलेशन ट्रान्सफॉर्मेशन शिकायचं आहे. तर त्या ट्रान्सलेशन ट्रान्सफॉर्मेशन मध्ये काय असतं, आपलं साइन कन्व्हेक्शन काय असतं, आपलं हॉरिझॉन्टल ऍक्सिस आणि व्हर्टिकल ऍक्सिस. त्याच्यामध्ये आपण जनरली काय करतो, राईट साईडला जो हॉरिझॉन्टल ऍक्सिस आहे तो काय करतो, पॉझिटिव्ह एक्स ऍक्सिस असतो आपला, आणि लेफ्ट साईडचा एक्स ऍक्सिस असतो तो निगेटिव्ह साईन, आणि व्हर्टिकल ऍक्सिसचा अप्पर मोस्ट पार्ट आपण पॉझिटिव्ह म्हणून कन्सिडर करतो आणि खालचा लोअर पार्ट निगेटिव्ह. सेम तेच कंडिशन साइन कन्व्हेक्शन आपण इथं आपल्या ट्रान्सलेशन मॅट्रिक्सच्या व्हॅल्यू साठी यूज करणार आहे. आता क्वेश्चन नीट वाचा. ट्रान्सलेट ट्रायंगल एबीसी विच इज हॅव्हिंग कोऑर्डिनेट 1,1, 3,3, 4,1. तो आपल्याला ए डॅश बी डॅश सी डॅश मध्ये ट्रान्सलेट करायचा आहे. कुठे करायचं आहे, टू द राईट साइड बाय 4 युनिट्स. राईट साइड मीन्स तुमचा उजव्या बाजूचा एक्स ऍक्सिस, म्हणजे तो व्हॅल्यू कशाचा आहे, ट्रान्सलेशन मॅट्रिक्स मधला स्मॉल टी सफिक्स एक्स, tx इज इक्वल टू 4 युनिट्स, अँड टू टॉप बाय 2 युनिट्स. टॉप मीन्स वरती, म्हणजे वाय ऍक्सिसला, म्हणजे पॉझिटिव्ह वाय ऍक्सिस, म्हणजे टी वाय इज इक्वल टू 2. मीन्स काय कळलं तुम्हाला, ट्रान्सलेशन मॅट्रिक्सचा आपल्याला मॅट्रिक्स फाइंड करायचं आहे. ट्रान्सलेशन ट्रान्सफॉर्मेशन साठी ट्रान्सलेशन मॅट्रिक्सचा फॉर्म्युला काय, कॅपिटल टी इज इक्वल टू टी एक्स कॉमा टी वाय. तर टी एक्स ची व्हॅल्यू कशी तुम्ही काढली, त्यांनी काय सांगितले, टू द राईट साइड म्हणजे पॉझिटिव्ह एक्स ऍक्सिसला उजव्या बाजूला 4 म्हणजे टी एक्स इज इक्वल टू 4, अँड टॉप म्हणजे वरच्या साईडला म्हणजे वाय ऍक्सिसला पॉझिटिव्ह 2 म्हणजे ty इज इक्वल टू 2. ठीक आहे. तर गिव्हन डेटा बघा, एबीसी आपल्याला दिलेल्या 3 व्हॅल्यू मधून आपल्याला ट्रायंगल एबीसी चा मॅट्रिक्स फाइंड करायचा आहे. तर एबीसी इज इक्वल टू 1,1 3,3 4,1 हा तुमचा इनिशियल ट्रायंगल एबीसी चा मॅट्रिक्स झाला. ठीक आहे. तर आपल्याला काय करायचंय, तो नवीन आपल्याला ए डॅश बी डॅश सी डॅश नवीन ट्रायंगल नवीन पॉइंटला ट्रान्सलेट केलेला फाइंड आउट करायचंय. तर आपल्याला दिलेला ट्रान्सलेशन मॅट्रिक्स काय हो, कॅपिटल टी इज इक्वल टू टी एक्स टी वाय, टी एक्स ची व्हॅल्यू +4 टी वाय ची व्हॅल्यू +2. सो आता पुढे काय त्यांनी सांगितलंय, आपल्याला ट्रान्सलेट करायचं. तर ट्रान्सलेट करायचा फॉर्म्युला काय, कॅपिटल टी इज इक्वल टू, मगाशी एक्झाम्पल बघितलं पॉईंटचं, पी डॅश इज इक्वल टू पी प्लस ट्रान्सलेशन मॅट्रिक्स. इथं सेम काय करायचं, ट्रान्सलेशन ए डॅश बी डॅश सी डॅश इज इक्वल टू ट्रायंगल ए बी सी प्लस ट्रान्सलेशन मॅट्रिक्स. आता ह्याच्यामध्ये तुमचा ट्रायंगल एबीसी किती बाय कितीचा मॅट्रिक्स आहे, रो किती आहेत 3, कॉलम किती आहेत 2, 3/2. तुमचा ट्रान्सलेशन मॅट्रिक्स कसा आहे, फक्त सिंगल रो आहे 2 कॉलम आहेत. पण इथं मी घेताना ऍडिशन काय केलंय, मी 2 कॉलम तयार केलेत. तर तुमचे जेवढा दिलेल्या ट्रायंगलचे कॉलम आहेत तेवढे कॉलम करून घ्यायचे, तेवढे रो मध्ये कन्वर्ट करून घ्यायचे. म्हणून मी काय केलं इथं, तर ट्रान्सलेशन मॅट्रिक्स मध्ये मी एक्स्ट्रा 2 रो ऍड केले सेम व्हॅल्यूचे 4 2 4 2 4 2. ठीक आहे. तर पहिला ट्रायंगल एबीसी 1 1 3 3 4 1 प्लस मॅट्रिक्स ट्रान्सलेशन मॅट्रिक्स 4 2 4 2 4 2. ठीक आहे. आता मला ह्याच्यामध्ये काय करायचं आहे, कुठलं साइन आहे दोन्ही मध्ये, कुठलं ऑपरेशन करायचंय, ऍडिशन. तर मला जो काय माझा नवीन जो काय असेल ए डॅश बी डॅश सी डॅश ट्रान्सलेशन मॅट्रिक्स इज इक्वल टू 1 + 4 5 1 + 2 3 3 + 4 7 3 + 2 5 4 + 4 8 1 + 2 3. तर मला माझा नवीन ट्रान्सलेशन मॅट्रिक्स भेटला, कुठला, ए डॅश बी डॅश सी डॅश. ठीक आहे. आता मला हे झालं माझं आन्सर, जे त्यांनी विचारलं होतं की तुम्ही ट्रान्सलेशन मॅट्रिक्स फाइंड आउट करा. झालं. ठीक. आता आपल्याला आन्सर फाइंड आउट केल्यानंतर आपल्याला याचं ग्राफिकल रिप्रेझेंटेशन मध्ये डिनोट करायला लागतं. ठीक आहे. त्याच्यासाठी काय करायचं, तुम्हाला एक्स वाय ऍक्सिस ड्रॉ करावं लागेल. तर एक्स वाय ऍक्सिस वरती दिलेले कोऑर्डिनेट नुसार कोऑर्डिनेट ड्रॉ करून घ्यायचे 1 2 3 4 5 6. ठीक आहे असे. आणि त्याच्यानंतर मी तुम्हाला ड्रॉ करून दाखवतो. ठीक आहे. तर काय करायचं, हा आपला ऍक्सिस आहे. ठीक आहे. अनिकेत, हा दिसतंय ना, ग्राफ काढायला लागलो ते. हा ठीक आहे. तर काय करायचं, ग्राफ काढून घ्यायचा. इनिशियली आपल्याला ट्रायंगल एबीसी चे कोऑर्डिनेट माहित होते, बरोबर आहे. तर एबीसी चे कोऑर्डिनेट काय होते, 1 1 3 3 4 1. ठीक आहे. तर मी काय करतो, एक्स ऍक्सिसला तुमचे पॉइंट देतो जे काय आहेत ते, तसं सेम वाय ऍक्सिसला. ठीक आहे. तर इनिशियली काय होतं, ट्रायंगल एबीसी चे कोऑर्डिनेट काय आहेत 1 1. तर हा एक आणि हा एक, इथं मी पॉइंट दिला पहिला माझा ए पॉइंट. बी ला काय होता 3 3, हा 3 आणि इथला 3 3 दुसरा पॉइंट. तिसरा सी पॉइंटला काय होते 4 आणि 1 4 आणि 1. हा झाला तुमचा ए बी सी, हा ड्रॉ करून घ्यायचा. ठीक आहे. हा तुमचा इनिशियल ट्रायंगल एबीसी आहे. तुम्हाला फाइंड आउट करायला काय सांगितलंय, ट्रान्सलेशन ट्रायंगल, दॅट इज ए डॅश बी डॅश सी डॅश. तर मग तुम्ही कॅल्क्युलेशन करून ए डॅश बी डॅश सी डॅश इज इक्वल टू ए डॅश ए बी सी प्लस ट्रान्सलेशन मॅट्रिक्स, तुम्ही कॅल्क्युलेशन करून नवीन मॅट्रिक्स फाइंड आउट केला. त्याचे कोऑर्डिनेट ते काय आहेत 5 3 7 5 8 3. तर आता तो ड्रॉ करायचा. पहिला काय आहे 5 3 5, हा 3, हा काय झाला तुमचा ए डॅश. दुसरा 7 5 7 आणि हा 5, तो कुठला आहे बी डॅश. आणि तिसरा 8 3, इथं 8 असेल आपला कुठंतरी, आणि हा 3, हा काय आहे सी डॅश. तर हे जॉईन करून घ्यायचे. हा झाला तुमचा नवीन ट्रायंगल, ट्रान्सलेशन ट्रायंगल ए डॅश बी डॅश अँड सी डॅश. मग याला काय करायचं, डॉटेड लाईन जोडून घ्यायचं. जे काय ट्रान्सलेट झालेत ते तुमचे पॉईंट जोडून घ्यायचे असे. ठीक आहे. तर एकदा का तुम्ही दिलेला प्रॉब्लेम सॉल्व्ह करून झाल्यानंतर तुम्हाला तो नंतर काय करावा लागतो, ग्राफिकल मेथड मध्ये तो दाखवावा लागतो. ठीक आहे. हा, तर हा होता एक सिंपल प्रॉब्लेम. त्याच्यामध्ये आपण बघितलं त्यांनी एबीसी ट्रायंगल दिला होता, त्याचे कोऑर्डिनेट होते. त्याच्यानंतर आपल्याला काय करावं लागलं, ट्रान्सलेट मॅट्रिक्स करून त्याचा नवीन आलेला मॅट्रिक्स फाइंड आउट केला आपण. त्याच्यानुसार आपले त्याच्या व्हॅल्यूनुसार कोऑर्डिनेट नुसार नवीन मॅट्रिक्स फाइंड आउट केला आणि ते कोऑर्डिनेट ड्रॉ करून ट्रायंगल दोन्ही जोडले. हे झालं तुमचा कम्प्लीट प्रॉब्लेम. तर अशा पद्धतीचे प्रॉब्लेम युनिव्हर्सिटीच्या एक्झामला 7 मार्कला विचारतात. एवढे सोपे प्रॉब्लेम असतात, ते फक्त 7 मार्कला विचारतात. ठीक आहे. आपल्याला काय करायचंय, फक्त दिलेला गिव्हन डेटा व्यवस्थित लिहायचा, त्याच्यावरनं ट्रायंगलचे मॅट्रिक्स काढायचे, ट्रान्सलेशनचा मॅट्रिक्स लिहायचा, त्याच्यानुसार त्याचं ए डॅश बी डॅश सी डॅशचा फॉर्म्युला टाकून त्याच्यामध्ये त्या दोघांची ऍडिशन करायची. तुम्हाला फायनल ए डॅश बी डॅश सी डॅश ट्रायंगल मिळेल. त्याच्यावरून तुम्हाला ग्राफिकल रिप्रेझेंटेशन करून दोन्ही ट्रायंगल ड्रॉ करायचे आहेत आणि हे झालं तुमचं फायनल आन्सर. ठीक आहे. So next transformation type is rotation transformation. Okay. So rotation is nothing but it is a type of the transformation in which geometric model is rotated by some angle along with circular path, and the model which is translated by given angle is about origin. And if the model is rotated clockwise, then consider negative angle and vice versa. जर तुम्ही मॉडेल क्लॉकवाईज मध्ये जर रोटेट करत असाल तर त्याला आपण काय करतो, निगेटिव्ह अँगल ऑफ रोटेशन कन्सिडर करतो. आणि जर मॉडेल अँटी क्लॉकवाईज जर रोटेट करत असाल तर त्याचा आपण काय करतो, पॉझिटिव्ह अँगल ऑफ रोटेशन कन्सिडर करतो. हे लक्षात ठेवा. So rotation matrix is denoted by capital R, and rotation transformation having matrix capital R is equal to standard formula cos theta sin theta minus sin theta cos theta. Suppose I want to rotate a point P. So formula for that point P dash, which is nothing but new rotational point, is equal to original point P into rotational matrix. अगोदर आपण ट्रान्सलेशन ट्रान्सफॉर्मेशन एक ऑपरेशन बघितलं, त्याच्यामध्ये काय होतं, ऍडिशन होती. आणि रोटेशन मॅट्रिक्स मध्ये काय आहे, ट्रान्सफॉर्मेशन मध्ये मल्टिप्लिकेशन आहे. तर लक्षात ठेवा, जिओमेट्रिक ट्रान्सफॉर्मेशनचे 5 टाईप आहेत. त्याच्यामधला पहिला ट्रान्सलेशन ट्रान्सफॉर्मेशन असा एक टाईप आहे, त्याच्यामध्ये फक्त ऍडिशन होते, बाकी सगळ्या टाईप मध्ये मल्टिप्लिकेशन होते. तर तुम्ही आता बघितलं की मला एक पी पॉइंट रोटेट करायचा होता, तो आहे पी डॅश इज इक्वल टू ओरिजिनल पॉइंट पी इंटू रोटेशनल मॅट्रिक्स. ओके. सो आता आपण हेच एक एक्झाम्पल बघूया. सिंपल एक्झाम्पल आहे. अनिकेत, येतोय ना आवाज? कुठं? व्हॉट्सअपवर? काय मेसेज? काय मेसेज आला? हा, यस सर, यस सर, सांगते सर. बट ऑलरेडी 4:32. हा हा, नो प्रॉब्लेम. इफ स्टुडंट इज रेडी देन आय डोंट नो प्रॉब्लेम. आय डोंट प्रॉब्लेम. हा, हॅलो अनिकेत. सर विचारतायत 3:30 ते 4:30 लेक्चर घेऊ का एमडीचं? ओके ओके ओके, थँक्यू. हा, सो आपण काय केलं होतं, रोटेशनल मॅट्रिक्सचं सिंपल एक्झाम्पल बघू. त्याच्यामध्ये काय आहे, सुरुवातीला एक लाईन घेतली, ठीक आहे. लाईन ए बी बाय अँगल 90 डिग्री अँटी क्लॉकवाईज. लक्षात ठेवा, क्लॉकवाईज जर रोटेट केलं तर आपण काय करतो, अँगल निगेटिव्ह घेतो. अँटी क्लॉकवाईज जर रोटेट केलं तर आपण काय करतो, अँगल पॉझिटिव्ह घेतो. आता इथं मी लाईन ए बी काय करतोय, 90 अंशामध्ये अँटी क्लॉकवाईज मध्ये रोटेट करतोय, ए डॅश बी डॅश. फेअर coordinates of the point A which is 2,2 and B 4,4. ओके. आता आपलं रोटेशनचा फॉर्म्युला काय आहे, पहिली गोष्ट साइन कन्व्हेक्शन. जर रोटेशन क्लॉकवाईज असेल तर आपण अँगल मायनस घेतो, अँटी क्लॉकवाईज रोटेशन असेल तर अँगल पॉझिटिव्ह घेतो. इथं काय दिलंय, अँटी क्लॉकवाईज, सो थिटा इज इक्वल टू प्लस 90 डिग्री. Then we have to form a matrix, rotation matrix for line AB. AB is equal to matrix 2, 2, 4, 4. हा झाला तुमचा line AB matrix. Then rotation matrix. Already we have know the formula for the rotation matrix: cos theta sin theta minus sin theta cos theta. So here theta is equal to plus 90. So we have to put the value for theta 90, cos 90 sin 90 minus sin 90 cos 90. So cos 90 is 0, sin 90 is 1. So from that we will get a rotational matrix, that is a capital R is equal to 0, 1, minus 1, 0. ओके. इथपर्यंत काय अडचण, दिलेला डेटा व्यवस्थित लिहून घ्यायचा, त्याच्यामधून दिलेल्या लाईनचा मॅट्रिक्स ड्रॉ करायचा, नंतर रोटेशन मॅट्रिक्सचा फॉर्म्युला मध्ये व्हॅल्यू टाकून तुम्हाला रोटेशन मॅट्रिक्सचा व्हॅल्यू मिळेल. आता आपल्याला पुढली स्टेप काय करायची, रोटेशन मॅट्रिक्सचा फॉर्म्युला काय, A dash B dash is equal to AB into rotational matrix. We have to find new rotation line. So for that we are going to find out the A dash B dash. It is nothing but your rotational line is equal to AB, which is your original line, into rotational matrix. AB is having 2, 2, 4, 4, and into 0, 1, minus 1, 0. This is the rotational matrix. So do the multiplication in between this two matrix. Multiplication कशी करतो, 2 into 0 plus 2 into minus 1 means row into column. Okay, 2 into 0 plus 2 into minus 1 minus 2. Next 2 into 1 plus 2 into 0 2. Next 4 into this row, second row, first column, 4 into 0 4, 4 into minus 4 minus 4. Then second row, second column, 4 into 1 4 plus 4 into 0 4. ओके. सो तुम्हाला ए डॅश बी डॅश जी काही तुमची नवीन रोटेशनल लाईन होती ती तुम्हाला मिळाली, -2 2 -4 4. सो नेक्स्ट पार्ट, दॅट इज अवर graphical representation. So draw the x-axis and y-axis. So first part is draw the first line, that is a AB line, which is having the coordinate of the 2 2 4 4. So this is our line 2 2 and 4 4. This is your original line AB. Then we have to draw the new line, that is a dash B dash here. So draw -2 2 point, this is your next point, last point -4 4. So this is your new rotational line. Okay. And what is the angle, 90 degree. Okay, so within 90 degree, now you can see here we are just expanding this line and this line. Now you can see angle between these two line is 90 degree with anti-clockwise. Okay, we are rotate that original line AB with 90 degree angle. Okay, so we will get new rotational line, that is a dash B dash. Okay, so this is the second type of the geometric transformation, that is a rotational. So we will see next type, that is a scale. So it is the one of the type of the geometric transformation which is used to increase or decrease the size of geometry. Basically in this scale transformation we are just increasing or decreasing size of the object. We are not going to translate, we are not going to rotate, we are not going to shear this object. Simply we are going to increase or decrease the size of the given object. So basically for this scale matrix we are denoting by letter capital S, and the capital S letter is for the scale matrix is equal to capital Sx00Sy, the representation of the scale matrix in this format. And suppose I want to scale one point P is having x and y coordinate. I want to scale that point P into P dash. P dash is equal to P into S. In this, P dash is a new point, scaling point is equal to P is original point into S is scale matrix. Okay, so in that scaling factor, there are two type of the scaling. First is Sx and Sy. In that means Sx means in x direction, scaling in x direction, and Sy means scaling in y direction. So in this scaling transformation, there are actually basically two type of the scaling. We are doing uniform scaling or we are doing non-uniform scaling. In that uniform scaling, we are doing the scaling with both side with equal dimension. Suppose I want to scale one square, so I want to do scale in x direction as well as y direction with equal dimension. Suppose I will take Sx is equal to 2 and Sy is equal to 2, so that geometry or part will be scaling with uniform nature. Okay, and second, that is a non-uniform, means we are not taking the same value for the in x and y direction scaling. Okay, so before going to see scaling transformation, I will share the some notes for this scaling. So there are some notes. First note, that is a fin scaling factors are more than one. Okay, scaling factor means your s is Sx or Sy is more than one, so object size will be increased and object will move away from the origin. Okay, this is the first note. Second, when scaling factor are less than one, then object size will be decreased and object will more move towards origin. So these are the two important notes. One is scaling factor are more than one, then object will be increased and it will be moved from the away from the origin. And second, scaling factor less than one, then that object size will be decreased and object will move towards origin. Okay, so we'll see one of the simple example related to scaling. Now we can see scale a triangle. We have to scale one of the triangle ABC to A dash B dash C dash by 2 units in x direction. X direction means capital S x is equal to 2, and 2 units in y direction means capital S y is equal to 2, where point A is having 1 comma 1, point B is having 1 comma 2, and point C is having 2 comma 1. So this is the one of the simple example. As per previous two transformation type, you know the what will be the formula for the scaling. So we'll see. So first of all, we have to form a given triangle matrix in the form of the triangle ABC is equal to matrix 1 1 1 2 2 1. Okay. So given data, scaling factor in x direction Sx is equal to 2 and Sy is equal to 2. So that means our scaling is uniform scaling, means type number first. Okay. So we are doing uniform scaling transformation. For that we have to form scaling matrix. So capital S is equal to our scaling matrix formula Sx 0 0 Sy. So we know the Sx and Sy values. So put Sx is equal to 2 0 0 2. So capital S, that is a scaling matrix, is equal to 2 0 0 2. So we know that the formula for the scaling, that is a triangle A dash B dash C dash is equal to triangle ABC into S, that is a scaling matrix. So put the value of the triangle ABC, that is a 1 1 1 2 2 1 into scaling matrix formula, matrix 2 0 0 2. So uh, do the multiplication of first row into that first column, 1 into 2 2 plus 1 into 0, that is 2. Like this we have to do the multiplication for this two matrix, then you will get the final scaling triangle, that is A dash B dash and C dash is equal to 2 2 2 4 4 2. So then last part, that is a graphical representation. So we have to draw the x and y axis. Then first you have to draw the triangle ABC, which is having first coordinate 1 1 1 2 and 2 1, and then we have to draw the new triangle, scale triangle, that is ABC, A dash B dash C dash, which is having 2 2 2 4 and 4 2 coordinates. So from this you can see here we are doing uniform scaling from the throughout the both axes, sx is equal to 2 and sy is equal to 2. Okay, so this is example of the uniform scaling. Now we will take the one of the example of the non-uniform scaling. So intentionally we are keeping sx value is equal to 1 and sy value is equal to zero point 0.5. Now you will see the non-uniform scaling. So we are finding the non-uniform scaling. So for this, scale matrix capital S is equal to sx0 0 sy is equal to 1 0 0 0.5. So from this we have to calculate the non-uniform scaling for the triangle A dash B dash C dash is equal to triangle ABC into scaling matrix. So first triangle ABC having 1 1 1 2 2 1 coordinates into scaling matrix, that is a non-uniform 1 0 0 0.5. Then we have to do the multiplication for this first row, first column, 1 into 1 plus 1 into 0 1, 1 into 0 into plus 1 into zero point 0.5 zero point 0.5. Like this we will get the non-uniform scaling triangle, that is A dash B dash C dash is equal to 1 0.5, 1 into 1 2 0.5. So now you can observe the in graphical representation. So original triangle ABC and this non-uniform scaling triangle A dash B dash C dash. So this is the difference in uniform scaling and non-uniform scaling. Okay, so I think our time is up to 30. So up till now we have seen that in this second chapter, very important part in this second chapter, that is a computer graphics and geometric modeling. We are seeing just first part, that is a computer graphics. In that geometric transformation, what is the meaning of the transformation, their types in that geometric and coordinate transformation. Then second important part, that is the types of the geometric transformation. Already I have told you the in that five geometric transformation, only in the translation transformation we are going to do addition only, and remaining four, that is rotational, scaling, reflection, sharing, we are doing multiplication only. Okay, so in that we have seen that the translation transformation, one example. Then we have study a rotational transformation example. Then we have studied scale transformation. We are doing just only increasing or decreasing size of the object with the help of this scaling matrix. There we have seen the two types, uniform scaling and non-uniform scaling. We have seen one example with uniform scaling and non-uniform scaling. So for today, I think this is sufficient. So next lecture we'll see the remaining part, that is our reflection and mirror transformation. हॅलो अनिकेत, आवाज येतो?